Welcome to CodeChef. We were seeing the smart AI assistant building. So this is part 2. So let's see the problem statement. What we have to do is basically we have to extend the system by integrating large language model, that is LLM, using Grok API. We have to use LLM using Grok API. This step allows the study assistant to generate context-aware natural language answers. So we give the context, we get natural language answers. In the last video, we had seen how to extract the context of the question, that is whichever part of the article is the question. So here we'll see the output, that is whatever the answer the student requires, that is using Grok API. Okay, so the task is basically first split into chunks, again whatever we did here, score the chunk, get the best chunk. Now build a prompt for the model and then integrate the Grok API. Okay, so the output is given here. So this is what the output should look like. If I give what is water cycle, it should give the proper answer using Grok API and a context. Okay, so first we're importing Grok API. Now we are loading the document in the read-only mode, and then we read the document properly. Now we have the function chunk text, which we had seen previously. The chunk size is 300 and the overlap is 50. So we have an overlap of 50 because if the chunk size of 300 gets over in between a sentence abruptly, so then the context is missed. So here we have 50 just because we'll take the previous 50 word count. Okay, so then all this we had seen in the previous video. Basically what we do is we break the words into we break the entire article into separate words. We add it into chunks of 300 each. Then we have the step, that is basically after one chunk is completed, we have to move 250 words and then start the second chunk. Okay, so then we iterate through each and every chunk. Once it is split here, we bring it back into a single chunk and then we store it. Now, after this, we have to find a score. That is basically we split it again. We convert it into a set. Then we find the common words. Then we score we take the length of the common words. That is the score. Okay, so all these we had seen in the previous video. You can just watch it and come back, so you'll get a better clarity of what is happening. Now, get best chunk also is a function. Basically we have let's say we have 4 chunks. It sees whichever chunk has most number of keywords resembling, that is the best chunk. Okay, so after this we have the function called build prompt. So in this we should give the context, whichever is we get from here, and with the question. So what the prompt should look like is context is this, question is this, give me the answer. Okay, so then get answer from Grok is one more function where we are giving the input as prompt and API key of the Grok. Now the client is, like I said, it is Grok. Now we are using the model which is mentioned here. The model they have mentioned, the model is also mentioned with the temperature and the max completion tokens. So everything is mentioned. Now why do we need temperature? Again I'll explain. So basically temperature analyzes randomness, how the unique the answer should be or how random the answer should be. For example, we all know this word should come after this word. For example, photosynthesis, oxygen should come. But if the temperature is more, it tries to bring in something else instead of oxygen. So for formal answers, questions, and etc., we need temperature to be minimum. So then we have the maximum completion tokens. So then here we have the main function where we are calling first the load document, and then we are calling the chunk text function. We enter the question, convert it into lowercase. Then we get the best chunk. We build a model, and then we give the API key input, and then get the answer from the Grok. Now before running the program, I have to install the Grok is installed. I'll copy the API key. Python main.py. Okay, it says enter your question. So the question I'll enter is again, what is photosynthesis? So API key I'm entering. Okay, so answer is straight and forward answer now. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants make their own food using sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Now let me submit the program. So as you can see, all the discussions have passed, and that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.